Hello, 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 Shirley Ross, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am sharing with you one of my layouts for my layout challenge. It's a 52-week sketch challenge, so I share a sketch on Mondays, and this was from week 15. So I'm going to share with you how I did everything, and I am using Homemade Sweetness designer series paper. I am using Made with Sweetness scrapbooking workshop kit, parts of it, and the Made with Sweetness coordinating cardstock. So that's kind of my normal for what I do is I get the workshop, the coordinating paper packet, and the coordinating cardstock. Then I can take the workshop and spread it out. So what I started with was, I'm going to move one of these to the side. We'll start with the right. I started with the 12 by 12 white willow cardstock, and then I used, carefully so I can put this all back together. Then I used one of the patterns. I love this distressed pattern. This is Misty Moonlight, and it is 11 3/4 by 11 1/2. So you end up with the 1/4 inch all the way around, but it meets on the left side for this one. Then I took this, I love this pattern here, the gingham, and what I did is this is a 3-inch piece, and I took the top right corner of the 3-inch piece, and I put the bottom left corner at the 1-inch mark, and I cut the diagonal. Now, if you need, you could put a mark on at the 1-inch on the paper before you cut it, so that you could just mark it from here to here. Now, the key is to make sure when you're putting it in there, this is going to be a right side has the wider. So when you're putting it in, you need to focus on that. I can promise you, I do not always get these correct. So sometimes I have to cut a practice piece to make sure which side to cut it at. Because if you cut it in the other direction this way, then it won't fit at the top. So just remember, start at the right corner and come down to the middle, or the 1-inch mark on the bottom of that one to get the angle correct. And on this sketch, and I found the sketches on Pinterest. So on the sketch, this came down about 1/4 inch. So that's how I'm going to put it on. And I am going to get out my adhesive because I want to go ahead and get this together as we're going along. I've left it apart. Slide that up some. Okay. I think that one's out. Make sure I get one with some adhesive. Yeah. I've been using so much adhesive lately. All right, so let's go ahead and put that on. So I'm going to line it up. There we are. And then we'll put this one across the top. Now, when I'm doing a scrapbook layout, I don't put as much adhesive on as I do like with my cards. For my card creations, I like to use a liquid glue, so I have a few minutes to move things. But on this, I am just putting it down. And then we have a matted piece, and this is 11 1/2 by, I think it's 4 1/2. Yes, and this is going to hold your photos. So I'm going to just lay it in here now. I'm not going to hook it down because I want to put in the other photos. Now, the top had 3-inch photos. What I did was I wanted to mat them. So I have, I believe this is going to be 3 1/8, and then this is 3 by 3. And then the photo, I'm going to cut it down when I put the photos on here. And my photos on this, I actually have a reason that I'm using all the colors, is my grandson likes to grow strawberries, and they have beautiful blueberry bushes. So I am actually making this layout in preparation for the blueberry harvest that we're going to be doing. All right, I'm gonna put that one down. It goes at the bottom. Here's the next one. I used from the coordinating cardstock. I used the Misty Moonlight, and I used the Granny Apple Green. Try to make sure I get these names correct. Oh, another one. I've been working a lot lately. Let's see. I think that one I might have to get a refill out. Hold on a second. Always what you want to have to do in the middle of a class is to refill your adhesive. But it looks like that's what's going to happen here. So just give me a moment while I open this off camera. There we go. Pop it open. There we are. Take the adhesive out. And I clean it up a little bit, because sometimes you get a lot of little pieces. Of course, it's not going to just pop in for me because I'm on camera. And I can edit this out. There we go. Got it. All right. There we are. Put the second piece up here. All right. Then this is going to go here. I want to do some... Now, I've already sanded this one. I'm going to go ahead while I'm here and just show you. I cut these are circles, part of the circles that go with the die. From the scrapbook workshop, and if it's got any little nubs from being popped out, we'll go ahead and do that. And this is just an old, close to my heart sanding block that I still have. But you can use makeup sanding brushes, or I'm sure you can find them in the craft section. And then we're just gonna wipe them off. My paper towel is missing, so I'm just going to wipe them off on me. All right. So this one is going to go down here. And I'm going to use one of these circles that's going to go under here. So I kind of want to have that in place. So let me set up the last picture to make sure that I have it. I may have put those down a little low. Let's see if this one's going to fit in here. Yep, it needed to go up just a little bit higher, so we pop that off, move them up just a little bit more. There we go. That's what I like about it. I don't push them down real hard when I'm just starting out until I get it just where I want it, and then I will put pressure on it, and that'll get it seated in there well, so then I can't pick it up again. Sometimes I don't pull it off just right on the adhesive so that it pulls off inside. And then I have to roll it a little bit. There we go. All right, I'm not going to put this piece down because there is a piece that's going to fit that matches with the other side. All right, here we go. And then this piece is going to go under here. So I will hold on to those. Let's get the other side started. And then I will add those pieces. All right. These are the photo placements that I've made to go in. I'm just going to go ahead and put them there so that it will remind me, and I will write on them what size photo. That way when I get ready to print the pictures, I'll know that I need some to be able to cut down. And I can do you can do a 4x6 photo to cut down to fit in there. Now this one is just your 3x4. Oh, it does need to be cut down a little bit. Maybe I did have one already cut down And I picked up the wrong one. Nope. Yep, so hold that one for the other side. That's what happens when all your stuff, let me put that up a little bit more. There we go. Then that'll go in the center. And then I will put the sizes on those. So we'll bring over the other one. Don't want to lose my dies. These are the ones that go over here. All right. Yeah, don't lose my strawberry. Like I said, I'm going to do strawberries and blueberries on this, and I think we're going to make some jam. I think that'll be so much fun to do that with those. Usually we just pick them and wash them and eat them. They're so good. There's nothing better than a homemade or a freshly picked blueberry. Now my layouts, I tend to keep them rather simple. I want to tell the story of the photo, and I want to do it in a decorative way. Okay, I'm putting them side by side to try to make sure that I get that even. That's pretty good. And then again, I have another one of the ankle ones. And again, you're going to do it at the right down to the left so that it keeps that angle in the direction that you want it to. And again, it's going to be about 1/4 of an inch, just like it is on the other side. And that, then the rest of it changes up. So the next thing is this piece, and it is the blue piece is 6 1/4 by 8 1/2, and then I did 1/8 of an inch larger weight willow piece to just add a little bit of color between the two. And it is going to go like that. And then there's a piece here. And I have to say, I didn't put it on very well, so it doesn't have a lot to show at the bottom. And it is on there good. So I'm just going to leave it like that. Oops, this happened. That's okay. That's the way it happens. So this one is going to slide up underneath that and come down, and I'm going to line up the blue piece here, and so you can see the white doesn't, that's an embellishment opportunity. That's what I always say. And this one is going to hold two 6x4 photos. So I'm going to put one here and one right below it. All right, and then we're going to do a strip. Now in the, yeah, hang on a second, my brain is not back yet. In the sketch, it just had 3 3x3 photos, but I decided I wanted to have the garden green, or the granny apple green, to come over here, and so I wanted it to matte. So I have several mats, but in so doing that, I decided to make this the journaling box. And so it is not where this one is a 3x3. This piece is going to be a 2 3/4. And I'm going to actually use that for the journaling. And this piece is 3 1/4 by 9 1/4. It's going to slide up under like this, so you're going to not see all of it. And I'm not using, you have the dual-sided cardstock. I'm using the light side, so I'm going to put the adhesive on the dark side. Slide that under and up a little bit. There we go. And then I made mats. And again, I'm using the light side of the Misty Moonlight. So that one's going to go here. This one's going to go right underneath it with just a little bit of a break. Now this one's going to slide up underneath like the other, like that. Good way to hide parts of your photo that didn't turn out well or however. So let's go ahead and get the mats on there. I just took some 3x3 mats and cut them down so that they would fit in the spaces. And that, like I said, that's just for placement. I can either put the actual photo on top, or I can pull these off and put the photo on directly. So it just depends. All right, so because we need that piece on before we put down this piece, we'll come back in now and do that. And before I do that, and I should have done it on that one, but I can pop that up a little bit on the ends to do what I want to do. I want to take and add some twine. So let me find my twine. I already had one cut. There we are. And I want to get my, this is kind of double-sided tape. So I'm going to put this here. Put some double, and I'm going to put the photos on underneath it. So I'm sticking it on the back and coming around and put some there. Just add some, and this is twine that came in another kit. So I always pull a lot of things out of my stash. That's good. All right, and then I'm going to get my ribbon scissors. I put a piece of ribbon on them so that I make sure I use those. I'm going to use this for something else here in just a minute. All right, so I'm going to put the photos on there, and then I'm going to add the, this one I could have, so I'll leave that there. All right, these are going to be 3 1/4 photos. I think I have 3 on there. There we go. Yeah, okay. And I'm leaving about a little bit more than 1/4 inch on the top and the bottom. I think this is where I'll put the photos of a lot of the fruit. I think that will contrast really nicely with the, there we are. All right, now I'm going to take this little piece here, and I think I'm going to put it right on this end. I'm just going to tie a knot here, and I'm going to leave some of the length on the twine at the moment, and then when I get done, I may use some glue dots to actually put them exactly where I want it to go. I will wait and see how the photos work out. But that is there. All right. And we're going to put that here, kind of even between the photos and each side. So we have, this is it so far. Now we're going to do some embellishments. So we're going to start with our little half circle. I'm going to put one right here. And I need some pop-ups because we're going to want to pop up some of this. I have some of these old close to my heart pop-ups that came with the shaker kits. So I'm going to put the blueberry here. And move that out of the way. We want some strawberries. Put some blueberries up here. I think I'm going to pop that one up like that. And then, of course, a flower. With some. I never put it back together the same way I had it. Or maybe we'll do the strawberry up here. and the blueberry down, jelly down there. Okay, I like that. So let us attach. This side here could have been for the journaling, but I chose to, now on this one, because I don't want to, I want to be able to still slide the photo in there, I'm just going to put a little adhesive on just one edge. I can add more adhesive after I put the photo down. I'm going to put that above the ribbon. And then this is going to go underneath. And again, I'm going to put the adhesive on just one end and not where it's going to be on the photo. Slide it up underneath the picture. And then we'll pop up the jelly with some large pop-ups. It's not going to be on the, and this was a sticker that was part of the workshop, the scrapbook workshop. So I had put it on my clothes to get the sticky off while I planned where I was going to put everything. That's lovely. I like the way that one turned out. So we're going to take that is the right side. Let's bring back in the left side. And I have two areas that I'm going to be doing. One is up here. This one is going to go here. And because I don't put a lot of adhesive, it does make it easier for me to slide things around when I'm doing the embellishments. I don't know if I mentioned about the title. I'm not sure about the title or if I'm even going to title. I did a survey not long ago asking people how if they did titles, and I was surprised at how many people do not care if there's a title on the page, which surprised me a little bit, as I was always putting titles on my page. Do you put a title on your page? All right, let's see. This is where taking a picture of what you had sometimes helps, so that you can put your clusters back together. Okay, I think I like the way I have it now. And this way you have your all the backs for my glue foam dots, dimensionals, always get everywhere. I'm thinking and trying to talk at the same time. Not a good combination for me. So we have our visual triangle. We have colors, the same colors on both sides with all the cardstock and all the embellishments. And I want to put some twine on this side. Oh, I forgot this piece. Let's see if it'll still fit. Oh, we're going to need to move that one. I want this on here. It's another one of the stickers that I really liked. It says, remember this. I think I got a little bit, but not all of it. There we go. All right, I want that to go here. I don't care if that heart shows. There we go. All right. Let's see if we bring the smaller strawberry over. And then the heart can still show. That'll work. You have to be willing to change things up, which is fine. I have no problems with changing things up. I have lots of large strawberries. I think I'll do the smaller one up there and do the larger one down here. I don't think I necessarily need that other strawberry. I can save it. And who knows, later on you may come back and I will have changed the whole thing up as far as that goes. Or maybe put the larger strawberry here and the two. Oh, okay, I like that better. Yes, I like that a lot better. Okay, so now we want to put some twine on this side, and I had already attached it, so slide it up under here. I need to get my tape. There it is. All right, so I'll tear off the little tape. I don't want to bend it, so I'm just going to slide it to the back, move it over a little, come up underneath. Did I get it? Nope, of course not. Hang on. Let me put it on the, let's put that on there, like that. Okay. Then attach it. There we go. Then bring it up. Let me trim it off. Now on this one, I'm not sure I'm going to do a little knot like I did on this one. There we go. I just want enough to go up underneath. All right, let's get this. Let's put a little bit on that. Flip it over. Got it. See, it can be done. All right, and then the photos can slide up underneath, but I have, that just gives a nice visual, and I may still do a knot in there. I don't know. It's just a thought at this moment. So let's do some popping up. There it is. I want to try to use up as much of this pop up as I can. And again, that's going to be going over a picture, so I'm going to put it at the top and one at the bottom, but I'm not going to remove the cover from the bottom one until I put the photos on there. Okay, put that one there. All right. So we're going to just put the blueberries again. We're going to do a pop-up on one end. And we may put a flower up here. Oh, let's go on the other end. I want the blueberry tops to be at the top. Picky me, picky me. There we go. And then when I pull that one off, then they'll all sit nice. Let's see. Should have one more flower somewhere because there should have been 3. There it is. So I could do a flower right there. I have a mess everywhere. You would think I would be neater. You would think. All right. My cat just went running through making noises. Sorry. Let me clean that up just a little bit. There we go. All right. That's another blueberry for down here. We'll put it at the bottom. All right. So on this one, we'll pop this one up. We'll put these straight down. There we go. A little adhesive on the leaf. And I think I have another leaf somewhere too. I will find that. Let's pop this up. And once I get done with these middle pieces on this, I can use up the, make sure I'm putting it, I am on the right side, so I don't want, and put the one here, but I won't take this off. Once I get done using up all this old from my stash foam pieces, I can use the long strips. Okay. And then I'm just going to put a little adhesive to attach it to the jar. There we go. And I just need to find my other leaf for that, and then it will be done. And there you are. It is a completed sketch challenge for my week 15. If you want to find out what the week 15 and all the other challenges, please join my Facebook group. We'll have a link in the description of this video. So enjoy your rest of your day, and thank you so much. This is Shirley Ross, Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Bye.